What up, man? Let me get something straight. So Caleb Williams is not going to play Thursday in the Hall of Fame game. Not only to me is it just pussy. What has happened to everybody playing football? Why are we playing? I don't want to hear about the money. Well, they make so much money now, JB. Then the fans should boycott. Because they're paying the motherfuckers to play. And don't even get to see them play half the time. NBA, NFL. Last time I checked, this motherfucker right here didn't even play his last bowl game. And the backup threw 6 touchdowns and broke USC record. The last game he played in a bowl game, a meaningful game, he got beat by fucking Tulane. And yet we're going to not play. And people are making excuses as if this is the thing. Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning played 4 preseason games every year. We are so fucking pussy. You know what? We allow it. We don't coach it. That's the... Make it make sense, Smitty. When did we do this? When did we start doing this? When did this become the norm? This isn't a Caleb Williams problem. This is a bigger problem, right? We agree, bigger picture. This happened. I don't believe any of us would be bitching and moaning right now if Cats would at least play. Every single year, Smitty, we do something to cater to the player. And it's starting to become what you see, a bad product. So guess what? Let's just go through chronological orders here. Let's eliminate preseason games. Let's not play in all of them. Let's only let Aaron Rodgers play in 2 of the 4 games. Remember, that started about 7, 8 years ago. Hey, you starters only play a quarter. Remember, remember it was a half. See, the chronological order went from 4 games you got to play. And then the last game you won't play. We're going to start Tyrod Taylor. I'm just throwing names out, right, as a backup. Then it became, let's only play a quarter. Then it became, let's eliminate preseason games from 4 to 2. Then it became, let's eliminate kickoff. Then it became, let's add helmet condoms to our helmets in practice, but yet we still won't tackle. Then it became so many hours allowed during the week with our players. Then it became no two-a-days. Then it became no Oklahoma drills allowed. Then it became, let's eliminate youth football, Pop Warner in California, the largest state. Then it became, it's okay for men to fucking play women in sports. What the fuck are we doing? This is what I'm talking about, homie. Stacking shit up. It adds up. Then it became a man fighting a woman in a boxing match in the fucking Olympics. The Olympics. Make it make sense, homie. We should clip that shit. I even sounded fire on that. I don't even realize what I say half the time. Moment of silence for Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson fighting again. Smitty, go ahead. Defend the player for what I just said.
You said so much. I mean, strong take, JB. I don't know when we started it. I feel like it's been going on for a long time. You know, if you're a star player or you're a player of value, you don't necessarily have to play every single game. And even when you did play, like you said, it was a series or 2 series. So this has been a norm for me.
Hey, Smitty, real shit. Give me some more chronological takes. Like, I want to get your perspective. Give me some other takes. Like, I can go on and on, but I want to get, whether you're with me or against me, I want to get your takes. Like, what have you really seen truly in over the years that you are like, fuck, man? Like I just really want you to be open-minded and say, what I mean,
the main I've talked about before. The main thing for me is always I look at stuff from a defensive mindset lens. So I care about from our perspective.
No, but I'm saying off the field. I'm asking you off the field. Have you seen anything that has correlated to what we're seeing now in this league? I'm just throwing names. I just want you to throw shit out there, like brainstorm. Like, I would add the jersey swap. All right, this is all the shit. Of course, I'm Negative Nancy. I'm the one that's going to say all the negative shit that I think is creating this narrative. We're stacking up all this negative shit. I would also say the podcast, allowing these cats to do a podcast right after the game and talk about the players they just played, i.e. Micah Parsons and all this shit. I have no issue with players doing a podcast. Draymond Green, all these guys do it. I wish they would do it in their off seasons and actually do a show, because I think Draymond Green was one of the first ones that started that. What is it called? New media or whatever. They were going after Stephen A and all that shit back a couple years ago when they started doing it heavy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm cool with it. I think it's all right, but I'd rather see it after the season during their offseason. Like, it'd be great for Draymond Green to be doing it during football season, his show, and Micah Parsons to be doing it during NBA season for his show. Like, to me, that shit would be fire. Like, that would be better. To me, it's a slap in the face. Micah Parsons talking about how shitty the 49ers are after they just got their ass whipped by them. To me, that shit is a bad look for the league. So that's all I'm saying. Do you see any other things that you could be like, damn, really, it's crazy what we've done, what we've actually done and created? Like, I don't know, dog. I just see catering to the player. Like, on one side of the fence, you are like, dog, I want to play. I'm competitive. I'm a player. You're only 30. So you say it all the time. On the other side, you're like, oh, I'll defend this, this, and this, and this. And I'm like, you can't do both, in my opinion, because it's correlated. Like, it's creating what we're seeing on the field.
I think my only problem with you is that, like, you're so much on the side of, like, playing the game, and the game is what matters most, and like, fuck everything else, to where, like, you would just leave money on the table and not care. And I just can't agree with that, because at the end of the day, man, earlier you had to take, you said something about the difference between our generations, that my generation, our word isn't bond. Your word was bond. If you said you was going to do one thing, that's what you was going to do, and that's what it was. That's not true. These owners and GMs been lying to players' face since the beginning of time. So now that the players are doing it back,
I said players though.
But now that the players are doing it back, now it's like an issue. Nah, bro, you get what you dish out. You get what you put out.
I treat
lie to our face, say I'm gonna be the guy, this, that, and third. As soon as I get hurt, it's like fuck me, or as soon as I have an off season, it's fuck me. It's move on. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I guess I got so much. I defend the player so much, because I know that NFL stands for not for long, and we don't have that much time to play. You don't have your career is short. If you play 10 years, that's an anomaly. That's a very short thing. So you gotta maximize your dollar when you can. So that's why I defend the player so much.
But then play the games then. Like, you don't make zero. You make 0 cents with your defense of the players.
But they are playing. I think you're over. Like,
let me re-say those words.
These guys are playing. The reason why CeeDee Lamb is even in conversation to get a new contract is because he played all last season and balled all last season. Ayuk, same thing. Anybody who's up for a contract is guys who actually played last season, who balled last season. So they did play. They are playing. The only reason they're sitting out because this is the only leverage they have, JB. That's why if there was another option for players to still get paid and do it, cool. But they can't. If CeeDee Lamb goes out there in the middle of negotiations and pulls his hamstring at fucking camp, negotiations go down the drain, because now you're giving leverage back to the higher ups.
I don't get why you don't see. I don't see how you just really ignore, or you just refuse to listen to the fact that I have said this shit is stacking up. It starts in high school when you allow 4-time transfers. It starts in college when you started this NIL collective thing. And now when they get to the league, they think they are better than they are because of what we're doing at the lower levels. It's transitioning upwards for the first time. I've been saying this for some years. I don't believe anyone listens to what I've been saying. And it's proving me right in front of our very eyes on what we're seeing right now. This is what it is. For you to compare the owner to the player is asinine to me. This is why I say it, though. Comparing Jerry Jones is like comparing a crooked judge to you and I in the courtroom and putting our fucking future in his hands and not expecting to go to jail for life. Like, I ain't depending on him, homie. I never compared the player to the owner. We already know the owners are in its own good old boy network. I'm talking about the players being the players, saying, listen, dog, I'm going to play regardless. I want to play the game.